This is the new DJI Mic Mini, a microphone system that's mini in more than one way. Okay, so what better way to do this review than to use the Mic Mini itself? I'm currently using it with the Pocket 3. Now, the firmware for the Mic Mini hasn't been released yet for the Pocket 3, so I can't take advantage of the different tiers of noise reduction setting. You might notice that my voice might go a bit metallic sounding in places, and that's due to the way that the noise reduction takes place. It looks like a quiet park here, but actually you've got the Severn Valley Railway maintaining steam trains in the background, and there's also a flagpole which keeps blowing in the wind, which is quite clinky and very annoying. So this is the kind of environment you might find yourself doing vlogging in, and it's a kind of environment where the Mic Mini will be used for a great majority of users. Okay, so I'm using the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro with this. So at the moment, as you can probably hear, there's quite a bit of traffic around, quite a bit of ambient noise. The Mic Mini has 3 different noise reduction settings: off, basic and strong. Basic is for just general ambience or maybe room reverb and things like that, while strong is for environments like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle through the different settings, and we'll see how it affects the noise around me. Okay, so I've turned on the low or basic setting for the noise reduction on the Mic Mini, and let's just see how that affects the ambient sound around me. Does it cancel out any of the traffic noise? I don't think it will do, but we'll give it a go and see how the different settings sound. Okay, so now I have the noise reduction on its highest setting. So from what I've been told, this should be filtering out pretty much all the ambient sound around me, and it should just be focused on me. So all this traffic noise that I can hear hopefully won't be appearing on the track. Now, the Mic Mini is clearly much smaller than the DJI Mic 2. It's also far less expensive. If you only need one mic and just the receiver, you can get that for £79. What we need to remember is that not so very long ago, having a wireless microphone was a luxury. It was something that we all aspired to, because having a wireless mic generally required you to have a license if you wanted to use certain frequencies to ensure you weren't getting the local theatre interfering with your sound. But the 2.4 gigahertz frequency has opened up a whole raft of possibilities, namely Bluetooth, but also microphones like this and the Rode Go series as well. And it's made recording location sound for low budget creators much more accessible and much more flexible as well. These kinds of mics are never going to give you the kind of quality that you can expect from a boom mic, but for vlogging and general interviews, they do a really fantastic job. There are some limitations with the Mic Mini versus the Mic 2. For one thing, you can't plug a 3.5mm lavalier mic into it, which you can do with the Mic 2. There's no onboard recording backup either, so you don't get 32-bit float backups on the device with the Mic Mini, which for some people might be a bit of a limitation. Sometimes you're in an environment where you might lose connection, and it's good to have that backup in place. The distance on these microphones is limited, so you've always got to be careful about the distance that you record from the device that you're using. There are a lot of things going for the Mic Mini, not least the price, but also the fact that it is much smaller than the Mic 2. It's less obtrusive when you're using it in its default form. The magnets on it seem a bit stronger as well than the Mic 2, so it seems to cope better when put on thicker clothing. You can, of course, use the clip that's built into the back of it as well if you just want to clip onto clothing. But the fact that it is smaller than the Mic 2 means that on lighter clothing, it won't sag so much. And it's just generally a bit easier and more convenient to mount if you're not using a lavalier mic. The case that comes with the Mic Mini is also well designed. Once you open the box, everything turns on automatically. If they don't find a connection within a certain amount of time, they all turn off. But one thing I do like about the case is that you can have the windscreen attached to the microphone. You don't have to take it off when you put it in the box. I don't think that was the case for the Mic 2. Now, the receiver isn't quite as comprehensive as the Mic 2. You do have a gain adjustment on it, but it doesn't have a display, so you can't see your settings directly. Something that I should point out is that if you already own a Mic 2 system, the Mic 2 microphones are not compatible with the Mic Mini receiver, and vice versa. You can't use a Mic Mini microphone with your Mic 2 receiver. So the two systems don't have cross compatibility. That's quite unfortunate, I think. I think it would have made sense if you could have purchased one of these smaller microphones if you already owned a Mic 2 system. I'm not sure why DJI has done this, because it's not as if it's technically impossible to do. Now, with regards to battery life, DJI claims that you can get around 11.5 hours on a single charge, and if you use the battery case, you can charge up to 1 hour's usage from 5 minutes charging time. So the Mic Mini will really appeal to vloggers, particularly if you're on a budget. This is a fantastic way of getting a very low priced but very high quality wireless microphone system. And in fact, I could find myself using a system like this quite a lot myself instead of the Mic 2, just simply because of the size. It will work with all smartphones. You can get a lightning adapter for the older iPhones. You can plug it into your mirrorless cameras. So yep, it's a well-designed and reliable device, and on price alone, it makes it pretty much a no-brainer. Something I really like about this system, and this goes for the Mic 2 as well, is just how quickly it hooks up to the receiver system that you're using. You turn it on and it's pretty much connected right away. There's no delay. I've been using the Mic 2 for quite some time now, and I haven't had any issues with that. And so far, the Mic Mini is also proving to be very reliable. If there are any downsides to it, I'd say it's the fact that you can't plug in a lavalier mic if you did want to do that. The lack of onboard recording can make it a little more risky, as I say, in situations where you might risk losing the connection. But other than that, this is a great value device, and yeah, I would highly recommend you look at it. There are other low-cost wireless microphones available, such as the new one from Rode, but this is definitely worthy of your consideration, particularly if you're using something like a Pocket 3 or one of the Osmo action cameras that will interface directly to it without the need for the separate receiver. So, are you planning on getting a DJI Mic Mini, or do you already own a Mic 2? Let us know your thoughts on these devices below, and while you're at it, if you do like the content we're producing, please do leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot, and it helps us bring more content like this to you.